Hey guys, welcome back to A Little in Light. I'm Samantha. Today I'm going to answer 10 questions for YouTube homesteaders, just so you guys can get to know me a little better. Question number 1 is, what got me into homesteading? I've always really liked animals, like farm animals. Always wanted to have them. But I mean, I grew up in the country, but my mom was never really a person that wanted to have animals. She didn't want to have to take care of them, which, hey, that's fine. Then when I was in high school, my mom's husband wanted me to do 4-H. He had done it with his kids previous, and my mom agreed, so I ended up getting a show pig. After showing that pig and selling him, when you're in 4-H, most places, the show is terminal. So you show the animal and then people come and bid on it and they buy it. And then it gets sent to a butcher, they process it, and whoever bought the meat gets their meat and I get the money, or you get the money. Whoever shows it gets their money. So I took that money and I went and bought a pair of breeding Durocs. I got some pigs. I went and bought myself some pigs. And then through Craigslist and a bunch of trades and bartering, I ended up with some really good quality show pigs. And I started breeding those in high school. I had my own show pig farm. That lasted a couple years, 2 years maybe, right at, before I met Jerry and went to college and then moved, life happened. From raising a pig though, and getting into the business side of farming, it made me want to farm for myself. Originally it did start as a business thing, a way to make money, but fairly quickly that burned out and I was just content with replacing our grocery bill. The next question is, what is something you want to add to your homestead in 2020? The first thing that comes to mind is our garden. We want to build a lot of raised beds and really garden for the first time. We've had some potted plants before and they worked pretty well, but I'm really excited to learn to garden on a larger scale. Something else that I would really like to add, livestock wise, would be sheep. But on the other hand, I would also kind of like to grow what we already have. Develop a larger La Mancha herd, get some more meat rabbits. We'll be processing our pigs in the next several months and then get more pigs, maybe some meat chickens. So we might just stick with the species we already have, but if we decide to add something new, probably sheep. Question number 3 is a good one. What is the most difficult lesson you have learned on the homestead? And that's definitely got to be learning to check livestock thoroughly before buying it. On our previous homestead in Florida, I got really excited about La Manchas and found some really cool ones. This one in particular, her name was June, and she was a mini La Mancha, so she was Nigerian and La Mancha cross. Very beautiful, short little thing. Brought her home, and then over the next several weeks she started to deteriorate. Turns out she came from a farm that practiced monthly worming. If you don't know, with goats, and actually a lot of livestock these days, worms are becoming immune to wormers because they're being overused. So the parasites aren't actually getting killed from the wormer, and so it just makes it obsolete. Anyways, she came from a farm that they wormed on a regular basis, regardless of if they had worms or not. So the problem was she had become immune to the dewormers, and I didn't know enough yet. I hadn't learned this hard lesson that I was about to learn, so I didn't know what to do. We ended up finding a good wormer. got her treated, started her on Red Cell and Nutri-Drench to help her body recover, but it just wasn't enough. She was so riddled with worms that once they were out of her system, she just went downhill. Unfortunately, we did have to euthanize her. So that one was really sad. I did cry over that loss for quite a while, and really like promised myself that I was gonna be very careful when it came to goats. Make sure that they were tested, make sure that the farms they come from were parasite resistant if possible. I learned so much after that. I really dug in and educated myself for the sake of the goats that would come in my future. Question number 4 is, what is my favorite chore? For me, it's gotta be milking or just like feeding the farm. Probably sounds kind of boring, but I really like putting eyes on everyone and just checking in and making sure everybody's okay and petting and handling, and I don't know, I like it. And now that I have Judah, he makes it a lot of fun because he really likes to participate. Question number 5 is, what is my favorite thing to grow? This year, or last year? That's weird. We did really well with peppers, like banana peppers and cayenne. Did great. I think my favorite thing to grow though is maybe green beans or cucumbers. I know those are really easy to get at like farmer's market, but they're really easy to grow. So they always make me feel like a good gardener because they never die. Question number 6 is, what do I love most about the homesteading community? Probably that there is such a wealth of knowledge, and for the most part, everyone's willing to share and to teach. That's not always true with all aspects of farming because there is competition, but in homesteading, it really feels like everybody's there to help each other out. Question number 7 is, what is my favorite meal to cook? And actually I'm cooking it tonight, which is really funny, but I make a killer pot roast. Question 8 is, what is my favorite holiday? My favorite holiday is the 4th of July. I really love fireworks. Actually, so just like 2 days ago was New Year's, and I really love going to see fireworks, but when you have a little toddler who, you know, needs to go to bed and doesn't really like loud noises, it just wasn't gonna be an option, which was fine. I wasn't too worried about it. Whatever, we can go next year. Maybe next year we'll set them off ourselves. But we stayed home and decided we were gonna make milkshakes and watch TV and like just have the evening to ourselves. And on my way home, it was dark, and I just happened to look out in the field next to us, and someone was setting off massive fireworks, and we could see them from inside of our house. So it worked out really nice. But I prefer 4th of July over New Year's, just because New Year's seems romanticized or something. I don't know. I just like the big sparkly fireworks. Okay, that's all I want. Question number 9 is this our forever homestead, or do we plan on moving and starting over? And the answer is we don't know. In theory, I would love to move more north. We would like to stay within Georgia for laws reasons and liberty, but we would like to be somewhere a little cooler. It gets so hot here in the summer that it's really hard to get anything done. So we would like to go somewhere more north. That being said, in like 5 or so years when that would be a possibility, this farm is going to be so up and running that I'm probably not going to want to leave. But we'll see. We really don't know. It's kind of wherever Yahweh takes us. Number 10 is, what YouTubers do I enjoy learning from or follow along with? There's really just so many YouTubers. There's just a couple that I go to specifically for certain things when I have questions or when I'm trying to learn about something new. And so really the top one is Roots and Refuge. I love me some Jess and Maya. They have such a sweet family, but I go to them for like gardening stuff because that's not something I'm strong in. So that's where I go to educate myself. Guildbrook Farms, I recently binge watched all of their canning and food storage videos. And for all things rabbits, I check out Good Simple Living. I haven't really found anyone for pigs and goats yet, but those are kind of my strong suit, so I don't really need it as much. But then I follow tons and tons of smaller channels that I don't really follow them to learn from them. I follow to see how their life is going, because a lot of them I'm actually friends with. So thanks, Kat, for tagging me at Keto Country Homestead. She's the one who tagged me in this. I am going to tag Tammy from Life's Just Ducky. And if you're a YouTuber or not, and you just feel like making a video, I'm tagging you too. So I'll type up all of these questions and put them in the description below so that you can just copy and paste. Make it easy on yourself. Thanks for hanging out with me. I hope you learned something new about me. Until we meet again. Bye, y'all.